next we are having a 7 crystal systems. As I said that we measure the parameters of a unit cell. So depending upon the parameter of a unit cell, that is depending on the sides of a unit cell and angle between those sides. Here for the unit cell, the sides are known as the edges. So depending upon the edge length and the angle between the edges, here we have 7 different types of unit cells. So unit cell, how we get a unit cell? We join the centers of the neighboring particle. After joining the numbers of centers of a neighboring particle, the unit cell or the crystal lattice which we get, it appears like a cubic. It appears like a cube, but every time it is not a cube, because for a cube the condition is that all the sides should be equal and all the angles should be equal to 90 degree. So whether it is going to be a cube or not, it totally depends upon the dimension. Suppose we join the centers of the neighboring particles, and after joining, I just measure the sides and angle, and I come to know that all the sides present in a unit cell is equal and all angles are equal to 90 degree. Then simply I will say that that particular solid is having a cubic structure. And once I said that particular solid is having a cubic structure, means all the unit cells are cubic. But it's not necessary in all the cases. Suppose if any one side is not equal, or if any one angle is not equal to 90 degree, then in such case, what will be the name of, what will be the structure of that particular solid? Then, so here total we have 7 different types of a crystal system depending upon the means here we consider the majority of the possibilities which is observed in a case of solid. So the first crystal lattice which we are having is a cubic. In case of cubic, you can see that all the angles are equal to 90 degree and all the sides are equal to each other. So once I got a unit cell, and if measuring the once I got a unit cell, I measure a side A, B and C. I come to know that A equal to B equal to C. An angle alpha, beta and gamma, I come to know that angle alpha, beta and gamma is equal to 90 degrees. So we can call it as a cubic cell. The second one is a tetragonal. The tetragonal, in this diagram you can see that in case of tetragonal, all the sides are not equal. All sides are not equal. Here the tetragonal, only 2 sides are equal, that is A is equal to B, which is not equal to C, but all the angles, that is alpha, beta and gamma, are equal to each other. Since all the whole plane is in a straight line, that is all angles are equal to a 90 degree. Now cubic, the simple example I can say, or we have many cubic examples. For the tetragonal, I can say the example is like the pillars which we have. The pillars, you can see like they are larger in a length and then width, and the height is comparatively smaller. Then next is a orthorhombic. In orthorhombic, you can see that in case of orthorhombic, all the sides are unequal. That is, as I said, you have to measure any 3 sides. So A is not equal to B is not equal to C. That is, all sides are unequal, but all the angles are equal to again 90 degree. The example, simple example for orthorhombic structure, I can say that matchbox. In case of matchbox, you can see that length, width and height, all 3 are unequal. That is, A is not equal to B is not equal to C, but all are perpendicular to each other. That is, all the sides are perpendicular to each other. That is, all angles are 90 degree. Just note down that matchbox is a example of a rhombohedral orthorhombic structure. Then the fourth one. The fourth one is called as a monoclinic. That is a 4th type of crystal system. In 4th, you can see that in this diagram, that the diagram is slightly slanting one, and if the diagram is a slightly slanting one, that is a one of the angle or all the angles are not equal to 90 degree. In case of monoclinic, we observe that, or when we measure, we come to know that all the 3 sides are unequal. All 3 sides are unequal, that is, A is not equal to B is not equal to C, but all angles are but 2 angles, that is alpha and beta, is 90, while the gamma was not equal to 90 degree. So monoclinic is a unit cell where all 3 sides are unequal, but 2 angles are 90 degree, and the third angle is not equal to 90 degree. Now, in the case of after 4th, that is monoclinic. The 5th one is a hexagonal. In case of hexagonal, you can see, in case of hexagonal, only 2 sides are equal and 2 angles are equal. 2 sides are, that is, A is equal to B but is not equal to C, and 2 angles, that is alpha is equal to beta is equal to 90, but the gamma is not equal to 90 degree. Now in case of hexagonal, you can see that this line which is drawn from the dark is representing the unit cell, is actually the unit cell of it. The 6th one is called as a rhombohedral. Rhombohedral is like a rhombus. Rhombus where I can say that all the sides are equal to 90 degree, but all the angles are not equal to So all the sides are equal, but all the angles are not equal to 90 degrees, called as a rhombus. So same thing is here also. Here all the sides are equal, that is A is equal to B is equal to C, but all the angles are not equal to 90 degree. And again it is also in a slanting condition because the angles are not 90. So for the rhombohedral, just keep in mind that is the word rhombus. Rhombus, all sides are equal, A equal to B is equal to C, but angles are not equal. That is alpha is equal to beta is no, alpha is equal to beta is equal to gamma is not equal to 90 degree. Means no angle is 90. And the last, that is a most unsymmetrical crystal system. Most unsymmetrical crystal system means I can say nothing is equal. Nothing is equal. Here the example for the triclinic. The example for the triclinic, I can say potassium dichromate. It exists the triclinic structure. So in triclinic, A is not equal to B is not equal to C, and alpha is not equal to beta is not equal to gamma is not equal to 90 degree. Out of these 7 crystal systems, the cubic is considered as a most symmetrical crystal system in which every parameter is equal to each other. Means all the sides are equal and all the angles are equal. But in case of triclinic, nothing is equal. That's why the triclinic is a most unsymmetrical crystal system. Now just to bahut the values are very important for this. Just keep in mind, cubic means symmetrical, everything is equal. Triclinic means unsymmetrical, nothing is equal. For tetragonal, just think about that pillar, the pillar where the length is a very high, but the width and the height, the height is a very high, but the length and the width is the same. That is A equal to B is equal to C, not equal to C, but all the angles are 90 degree. For the orthorhombic, simply think, keep in mind that is a matchbox. The matchbox where you can say that all lengths are equal. Length is a high, width and then height is a very small. So all sides are unequal, but all angles are 90. For hexagonal, 2 sides and 2 angles are equal. For rhombohedral, rhombus, that is all the sides are equal, but all angles are not 90 degree. And the remaining, the last one is a monoclinic. That is, no sides are equal, but 2 angles are 90 degree. So these are the 7 crystal systems which is observed in the case of crystalline solid. Now each crystal system has been divided into the different for example, suppose if I am saying particular solid, I join the centers of that particular solid, I come to know that the structure is a cubic. Then once I said that particular solid is having a cubic structure, then next question which will be bombarded on me will be that it's a which type of cubic system or which type of cubic crystal system.